¡Jugón! Como ya sabes, este pasado fin de semana, sábado 9 y domingo 10 de diciembre de 2023, tuvo lugar la gran final del Mundial de Temtem. En el vídeo de hoy tenéis la segunda ronda del mejor de 3. Si estás aquí es que ya has visto la primera parte, y si no, te la dejo justo arriba. Te recuerdo, jugón, que estas imágenes provienen del stream oficial de @playtemtem en Twitch, así que recuerda seguirlos allí si te mola el competitivo de Temtem. Que disfrutes de la segunda ronda de la finalísima, aquí en Planeta Jugones.
I'm sure Twitch chat will point out how we're wrong, but the helicopter kick did seem a little bit weird there. Maybe anticipating that the Gazuma would be fast and not bulky like most of Aarrggn's Tems. And now we see on the blue side, Aarrggnn completely unafraid to go back for exactly the same opener that won him games in the winners finals. This is pretty quickly a Tolkien 2v, and it's very clean. The burn is going to make Scunch's opener way less effective. Tetoa can go back for the Moala, although he didn't favor it in the last game. We'll see if he brings it in here.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point. We do so. One interesting thing to point out here. I do think that Tetoa's lead is a little more favored this time, and I really like the Oshiara ban from Tetoa's side. We saw how much work it put in, right? So
yeah, the second phase Oshi ban.
Yeah, this is going to be a completely new game, I'd say.
This is very similar to the winners finals set. How this generally tends to work is Tetoa likes to go and bring in Moala here, especially if 2v is threatened. But of course, Aarrggnn can read that and go for a Crystal Plume Gatling. So the biggest difference from game 1 to game 2 here is that you see that the burn is going to make it so that the double from Soil Steam Wrenching Massage is not going to be enough to take down the 2v, and that immediately complicates the game immensely for Tetoa, because Mushuk and Moala in the back don't really like dealing with 2v. It's a pretty clean backline for Aarrggnn once he kind of deals with the Scunch and the Gario. Now, that being said,
for sure.
Moala does kind of gum things up, but we will see everyone stay in here.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Because I feel like perfect jab into Cold Geyser obviously really hurts the Tolkien, but we actually see them. Oh wait, he doesn't have perfect jab. I keep forgetting. Yep. So we will see the Soil Steam and probably Wrenching Massage coming out from the Scunch.
Yeah, the 2v gets to dodge the burn tick as well, which is definitely relevant.
Yes, for sure. That extra damage is going to be coming clutch.
Yeah, it might be the difference between Rockfall KOing or not. Tolkien is a little bit threatened by Geyser.
Not only that, but the two-vine, like, the two-vine not being burned there probably puts the Scunch at range of a Tornado, meaning that they don't have to, or the Tolkien and the two-vine don't have to take a Savage Suplex or Oshi Dashi, which is very huge.
Mm-hmm. So if you're
at the same time, does this Tolkien even want to stay in? Like, it's this. Oh, I feel like you're kind of forced to keep in Tolkien here because you do not want that Scunch getting hold up. But at the same time, we actually only see Windburst come out though. That's very interesting.
Yeah, probably a Soil Steam here to finish off the 2v to make it a little bit safer for Moala to enter the game. We will see Soil Steam, and it does hit the 2v, and it should take it down. So one for
very
one
well
right there.
Played by Tetoa there. Very well played by both, but I do think it was I really like what Tetoa did, just like keeping in the Scunch. Not even though it's a very good temp for Tetoa, it still made it so that like, hey, I'm gonna take the safe route. But it begs the question: can Tetoa be taking the safe route when this is an unfavored matchup for him?
So the interesting thing now is that Moala puts Aarrggnn on a clock. He kind of has to quadruple attack this Moala. I don't think it goes down to like 2 Tesla prisons and just like 1 attack. So Tetoa can take advantage of that if he wants to go like hard into the Tolkien with Cold Geyser and like force Aarrggnn to make a swap here. And if he does make a swap, it seems possible that the Gazuma doesn't have enough in the tank to KO Moala, and that gets the Hypnotist play off for Tetoa. We'll see. Aarrggn is going to bet that he can do it, so Platymus is going to come in. And Tetoa's not going to take the offered play here. It's actually going to be Tuvin coming in.
Yeah, so Tuvin gonna be able to eat up this Tesla prison very easily, procking the bait. We'll have to see where this Gario hit goes, because that could make a pretty big difference on how much tempo he gets out of this play. We just see a rock ball doing actually a decent chunk to this Platymus. I think based on how much damage we saw it take from Tuvin last game, we do know now that it's in range of a Feather Gatling.
It's going to deal a lot if it lands onto the Platymus. Also, the Gazuma is definitely a good target as well. If it takes the CPG, all of a sudden Mawala Mashuk becomes a very dangerous potential late game for Tetoa.
That is very true, right?
With Hypnotist into Turbo Choreography, Zen Meditation, all of a sudden Tetoa can really swing the game around, and I don't know how much more value they can get out of Gario as a result, but there will always be something in this game that Gario can hit for 1x damage, whether it's Mushuk, Gazuma, or Tulkin. So until we get down to the late game here, the Gario will be able to provide value. It might need to come out now, because it's low stamina, and we could see Mawala swap in as a result.
Yeah, no, that's... The Mawala swap could be very, very good on the correct board, right? But I think honestly Mawala is like Tetoa's main way of getting back in here in the first place, right? Because a simple Zen meditation on that Mushuk, like you said, or even Gario could go a long way. Because Soil Seam, even though it's walled by the Platymus, I don't think Platymus is going to be around for very much longer.
Yeah, the thing that Aarrggn is trying to figure out here is this FGAT into Plat or CPG into Gazu? He thinks it's going to be CPG into Gazu. Let's see if he's right.
Let's see it. So we do see the Gario swapping out, Tulkin swapping in, Mawala swapping in. Let's see it. Do we see the Feathergat? Do we see the insane reads that Tetoa has been going for daily, or every single game so far? We see a Turbine going into the Platymus. Is that enough to kill? It does appear so. Wow. That might be that's an insane shift in tempo, right, East?
Kinda. It's a little weird now because the Mawala took the Whirlwind, so it can go down to like Tesla Tornado here, right? Or Tesla Fire Tornado. I guess Fire Tornado's not up, but Tesla Tornado can take out Mawala, which blocks off the Hypnotist.
The problem with that though is that if that happens, the Gazuma takes a CPG, and then all of a sudden Gario comes out, and now Tulkin's super threatening because Gario's not going down to a double.
This is nice, actually, really nice for Tetoa, because he has kind of dual threat here, because the Gario can handle Tulkin in the late game, and with Platymus now out of the game, it's really hard to stop Gario from taking off. So you'll see Gazu come in. Aarrggn can also go the other way if he wants to. Like, go for like a Fiery Soul plus Tesla Prison into Tuvin to try and take it down before it attacks. That might be necessary given the potential for big damage here, but Tetoa can also just let Hypnotist proc as a result, and then
that is very true.
The Gario, which is no longer walled, can receive a Zen meditation, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, if Hypnotist goes off, I think we can safely say that the game will be over. But I don't like Aarrggn's put into a really weird spot now, because if he doesn't let this Hypnotist, okay, let me restart that. He's in a weird spot because if Hypnotist goes off, he loses. But if Tetoa swaps out the Mawala when the Mawala gets doubled into, then it's also really weird for Aarrggn. So we do see the Transient Echo going into the Mawala. It seems that Aarrggn's gone for the play like, hey, we're going to commit to this Mawala staying in. Let's double it. Transient Echo just guaranteeing that the Gazuma will die to the CPG. Crystal Plume Gatling coming out onto the Gazuma, connecting, taking it down.
So now it's Mashuk against a wind move, and what probably will be Soil Steam. What is the last Tem that what's the last Tem that Tetoa is dealing with here in the back? Or maybe a Mushuk of their own? Okay, in that case, we could see just Cold Geyser into Tulkin. Like, he'll just split attacks a couple times.
Exactly, right? Because perfect
Double
jab,
guys
or the
are
Mushuk
alone should be
will.
enough.
Yeah, the Mushuk with higher HP will win the end game. No, that's this looking very good for Tetoa.
Tetoa doesn't have first aid kit, so Mushuk 1v1 gets a little bit interesting.
I guess that's fair.
Because
But I feel, I guess it doesn't OX, so that actually does get very interesting, huh?
yeah, Aarrggn didn't go for the fire tornado there. He just went for the fiery soul. So I guess that'll finish things off with the helicopter kick.
Yep.
Which goes before the turbine, which I guess is correct there.
Yeah, and I guess Tolkien's never dying to this.
Here.
Yeah, it's gonna be Mushuk v Mushuk endgame, but Tetoa's Mushuk is gonna be on a lot less HP. I guess the Gario doesn't die though. The Gario doesn't die though, huh?
He kind of needs to hit the Gario. Yeah, he kind of needs to hit the Gario with Tolkien here. Because that'll kill it. And then he's got a Mushuk 1v1 where he's closer to tireless and he has first aid kit. But I don't think either player has perfect jab. Which makes this really, really weird.
I think you always hit Mushuk if you're Aarrggn, yeah.
He's going for Mushuk here.
Because I don't think the Gario does enough damage to really justify not hitting it.
Yeah, that is going to be the better play for Aarrggn here. Oh, wastewater.
I see wastewater actually coming out.
I think we might.
You don't see heli kick.
Yeah, one turn away maybe here from, or a few turns away. Rockfall and Gario, that's not a soil steam, so it won't hit the Shark's weaker special defense. I think Aarrggn is super well positioned to take it here.
Very
Two
good
helicopter
here,
kicks
yeah.
win him worlds.
Do we possibly have the Temtem World Champion? Or can Tetoa bring this back? Let's see it. Because Aarrggn's just heli kicks here again, right?
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it for any of you watching in Twitch chat, but I think we have the answer to our question here. Is the helicopter kick brings Mushuk low, takes down the Gario. See the self-damage. Another wastewater. That self-damage is also going to proc into Tetoa. Is this the turn that we see it?
Or is it?
Yeah, it goes down.
And we see it. Congrats to Aarrggn.
He's your 2023 Temtem World Champion.
Muchísimas gracias por ver el segundo y último asalto. Felicidades de nuevo a Aarrggn por alzarse con la victoria 2-0 y proclamarse el primer campeón mundial de Temtem. Recuerda seguir a Temtem. Y para todo de tus juegos favoritos de colección de criaturas en español, quédate por aquí. Encuéntranos en Twitter, TikTok y Discord Jugón. Planeta Jugones y Speedy, out.